If you open the Bible, you'll read a lot about, I'll set you free. Women and men, set you free. This is the basic thing in the Bible. In Islam, there is no free will. So there's conformity. The Bible wants to transform. Islam wants to conform.
This is Nani Darwish on Islam. I am the other Barak, coming to you live and direct here from the Holy Land in Israel. Speaking of Nani, about a year and a half ago, I made a video of her where I saw her give a speech, which was profound. It is over 1.3 or 1.4 million views at this point, and she is actually originally from Egypt and has an incredibly profound perspective, having been in the Middle East, been in Gaza, and she just completely understands the landscape. And she's here to talk about how religion is playing a part as we speak in this conflict. So before we get into the video, I would love to ask, if you're new to this channel, to please take 3 or 4 seconds, press that subscribe button below. We just hit 200,000 subscribers last week. I'm so happy and so proud and so grateful for all of you, for all the returning viewers, my mishpacha, my family. I love you, and for all the new ones, welcome. And here is the video.
Islam perceives everything very differently. Jesus came down to save us. In Islam, we must die for our Allah. So in the Bible, God sent us his son to die for us, but in Islam, we must die for our God and even kill anybody. We are guardians of his reputation on earth. So if a cartoon is made again, that makes fun of Allah, it's our duty to kill the person, to kill the enemies of Allah. Very different. Truth will set us free. That's basic biblical value. Lying and slander is an obligation under Islam. Very different. We have free will. If you open the Bible, you'll read a lot about, I'll set you free. Women and men, set you free. This is the basic thing in the Bible. In Islam, there is no free will. So there's conformity. The Bible wants to transform. Islam wants to conform. Very different. Changing oneself. The Bible wants us to transform, to change, to be more like God. In Islam, you cannot change. Changing is something to be ashamed of. It's against change. Self-control in the Bible. In Islam, controlling others, not self-control. So while the Bible wants us to control ourselves, to fix ourselves, Islam wants to fix others. We are obsessed about fixing others, looking at fixing the other side. Biblical prayers are a private matter. It's a personal matter. Islam is exhibitionist prayers. They love to pray in public on the street corners just to intimidate. It's a form of intimidation. Prayers, simple thing like a prayer. Vengeance is mine in the Bible. In Islam, vengeance is prescribed to you. It's prescribed to Muslims to take vengeance on God's behalf. So, as a Muslim, you are given authority by Allah to take vengeance on his behalf against who? Against the enemies of Allah. Who are the enemies of Allah? Non-Muslims. So, while the Bible is in fighting, we are not fighting flesh and blood. That's what the Bible said. We're not fighting human beings, but we're fighting ideologies. Okay? So that's what we're fighting, the ideology of Islam. We're not fighting people. But Islam is fighting actually flesh and blood. We're fighting people. Love your enemies, hate your enemies. Islam is a covenant for, the Bible is a covenant for peace. Islam is a covenant with God for war. Praising in church, we hear praising. We go to the synagogues or the churches. You hear praising of God. Peace on earth. In Islam, cursing. Cursing is very common. You cannot avoid hearing one Friday prayer without hearing cursing. Wealth creation is a basic foundation in the Bible. In Islam, seizing wealth from others is the value. That's how you create wealth. You seize it from others. 10 Commandments. Islam violated all the 10 Commandments, all of them. 7 deadly sins. Islam violated all the sins of the Bible. The family is revered in the Bible. It's God, family, country. This is the value of the Bible. God, family. In Islam, Allah, jihad. So jihad is before family values. Under Islam, the family is sacrificed for the sake of jihad. And a lot of people think that the value of a man is more important than women. But the dirty little secret about Islam is that they want the men to go sacrifice their life for jihad. So what do? They make women the enemies. Why? Not because they love the men, because they want them to go kill and get killed. So Islam has no value for nobody, the whole family, children. So family is a low priority in Islam. What's the number one priority? Jihad. And that's why men has to hate women.
It's pretty insane listening to her talk about this, because if you've seen the conflict unfold over the past 2 years, you can just see how in the name of jihad, in the name of free Palestine, not just Hamas on October 7th, that Saturday morning, but like in other parts of the world, in the name of free Palestine, in the name of jihad, in the name of God. This is not my opinion, by the way. This is just objective information. When these teenagers and these young adults scream Allahu Akbar and they kill someone, they're basically fulfilling what they believe is a religious prophecy. And I just want to pose a question, because there are people who defend Hamas, or there are people who claim that what's happening is not tied to religion, it's tied to territory. It's tied to land. It has nothing to do with religion. Well, if it isn't about religion and killing Jews, killing the infidels, killing Christians in the name of, by the way, this is what they say, in the name of free Palestine. You saw this at the the two members, of the Israeli embassy in Washington, D.C. at the museum. You saw this with the president of a synagogue in Detroit getting killed at her doorstep shortly after the war. There's many incidents. If it's not for religion, what is it for? What is it for? Why? Why this? Why is this the route that you take? Why? I want to understand, why is it just blunt terrorist activity? Why? What is it going to solve? When has that solved anything? Why is that good for anyone? I don't know. Not on Earth. Not on this planet. It doesn't help us. It stirs the pot up more. It makes our relationship with each other as human beings, because we're all human beings, it just makes things worse. I don't know in what world or reality people see this as the formula to solve the equation. This formula is broken. This formula is broken. It's never worked. Look at the state of the union of the world. No one can tell me that this is where we should be, this is where we want to be, and this is where we should be proud of being. Really? And it's a shame. Globalized Intifada means more of it, means you want more. Intifada revolution means you're behind this activity. What got you behind it in the first place? If it isn't for religion, what is it for? For each person screaming it. Why? What motivates you to do this? For what? For what purpose? What's the incentive? What's the reward? What is the bonus? Why? Your history class at Columbia wasn't fulfilling enough? Why? Chipotle isn't paying you enough every month? Why? Why then clap and go on X and drop more watermelon emojis and triangles, encouraging more people to be more violent? For what reason? Where do you see the light at the end of the tunnel? I don't understand. The logic doesn't make sense. It's never made sense. This activity's never made sense. This school of thought, it's never made sense. You can't give me a book, some scholarly article that tells me that this amount of terrorist activity is going to get us to this right place. Period. And if I'm wrong, please somebody prove me right, because then I'll stop. I might get behind it too. But I have no reason to, because there's nothing that's showing me that it has worked, or it's working, or that it will work. We're in a fucking war. We're about to hit 2 years of a war. Sorry, the data says it's not working. I love her. Nani is amazing. She's incredibly inspirational. I'm trying to get in touch with her because she's just amazing. So if you like this video, please share. Here's a note from me. Thank you so much. Here are 4 ways you can help us grow if you believe in our mission. On Buy Me a Coffee and PayPal, you can directly contribute to helping this message grow and reach more people across the world. If you want to join the inner circle, join our Patreon with different tiers, and of course, our Discord community, which is free with people from all across the world. The links to every single one are in the description. And last but not least, to the other Barak community, I love you. Ani ohev otchem. I'll see you guys next time.